Even when you are at your favourite place, have a look around for flyers and posters. Often they might be in the toilets. You know, any excuse to stay in the toilet longer than you have to.
Hi, I'm Gordon.
Hi, I'm Darren, and welcome to BackRoom Chats. This is where we talk about gay stuff.
Gay sex, kink, basically just gay stuff in general.
Exactly right.
What are we talking about this week, Darren?
Today we are talking about getting into the gay kink scene. So actually going out. We know that you like being kinky because otherwise why would you be here listening to us?
Yeah. And you're trying to work out where to go, where to find people who are like you, basically, you know.
Exactly.
What to expect on your first time you go to a nightclub that is on the kinkier side. What the difference is between that and something like just a mainstream gay nightclub. What to expect, where to find them, and stuff like that. So let's get straight into the topic.
Yes. So a lot of gay social clubs, especially the kinkier ones, have different theme nights. A lot of times they'll have just an anything goes night. So if you are unsure, that's probably the best one to go to. And it just makes it easy. There's no pressure to actually like fit into any particular kink or anything like that.
Yep. But before you get to there, you've actually got to find these groups. So as much as we don't like Facebook, well, I don't mind it, but a lot of people don't like Facebook. It is the source of groups and community pages and where you'll find the different events that are happening. It's your first point of call to actually go, all right, I'm in Brisbane. What in Brisbane is there that is within my scene? And you can search on Facebook to find clubs or groups that fit your scene.
Or even follow a lot of gay pubs and club socials.
Yes.
They're the ones that'll be advertising all their specialty nights.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, so those guys will, they're there to promote. They want people in their club, so they're going to promote those nights as well. So, and it doesn't have to be a gay event either. Like in Brisbane, we have Hellfire, which is a straight, or anything goes, I think, probably a better way to put it, event that they have, I think, once a month on a Friday night or something like that. I don't know, we've never been, but it's, so it's not just your gay events, but they are all advertised on within their own Facebook groups and pages, and within the groups and pages for the individual pubs. So I guess you sort of need to find which pubs have those sort of events first, and then expand your research from there. So, and unfortunately, Facebook is generally your source. Or there's a lot of Discord channels and stuff like that as well now that are go down that line as well.
Or even when you are at your favourite place, have a look around for flyers and posters. Often they might be in the toilets. You know, any excuse to stay in the toilet longer than you have to. But yeah, have a look around for posters. They might have TVs showing ads and stuff like that, showing upcoming events. So just do your research and have a look around.
Yeah, work out which type of event you want to attend first. Work out, whether you want to go all in first time and go to a full rubber night or a full underwear party or a full leather party, or just go an anything goes type night and just see what it's like, see what the crowd is like. So
yeah, and although it's intimidating, the only way you're going to know if you fit into a scene or not is to actually attend.
Yeah.
And like, the only one putting pressure on yourself is you. You don't have to stay for very long. You don't have to
engage with anyone.
You don't even have
you don't have to drink if you're not a drinker. There's lots of people in the scene who don't drink, and it's
a lot of sober people these days for good reason.
Yep. So, I lost my train.
That's okay. But yeah, main thing is just to show up. So a good way first, obviously most of these events have a starting time. So if you rock up a little bit early, if it is at a pub, say, rock up at the bar a little bit early and you can scope out the type of people. They're usually pretty obvious because they'll have some sort of gear on.
They're wearing something that you'll work it out pretty quickly. So what I was going to say is if you have friends that you want to attend these events with, excellent. That's even better again. But if you don't have friends or you're not sure if your friends are into it and you just don't want to go down that line, the committees who run these events are fantastic. If they see somebody who is left alone or not talking to anyone or doesn't appear to have any friends, but I'm using, obviously you've got friends, but you might not know anybody at the event, the committee will come and talk to you, and they're great guys, girls, people. They're great. They'll make you feel welcome really, really quickly. So,
and especially like at the door, just mention that it's your first time. They might even go, when you go in there, see such and such, and they'll show you around and make you feel comfortable.
Yep. So,
that's a really good point. If you don't have a group of people, go in alone.
And you'll quickly find your group of people. So,
exactly right.
Yeah, it's very rare you see people at those events alone for very long. So, yeah. So,
another point is obviously what are you going to wear to these events?
Yes.
So, the fail-safe basic uniform for any kink event is dark jeans, dark shirt, preferably black. T-shirt's fine.
Yep.
Boots are probably an added advantage.
Yeah, boots are an added advantage. Just keep in mind, steel cap boots. Some clubs and pubs don't like them. A lot of your gay kink pubs don't care too much, but you might not get into any other bars later in the night if you're wearing steel cap boots. So, a pair of boots, a pair of dark jeans, a dark T-shirt. You're pretty well set for most events, and most of the events that we've ever attended. If you rock up in that, you're not going to have a problem.
If you rock up in a Hawaiian shirt,
you're probably not going to have a problem either, because they'll just let anyone in as long as you look like you are not there to cause trouble.
So yeah, obviously wear something nice and simple, unless...
Sorry.
Doing a free plug. So wear something nice and simple, usually darker the better, because you're not going to pull attention to yourself. And obviously check to see if there are any specific clothing guidelines for that night.
Yes, so
because some obviously underwear parties.
They are strict rules. You must be in underwear. And that's to make you feel comfortable, to make everyone else around you feel comfortable as well. So, if you walk up to an underwear party and you're wearing trousers, long sleeve shirt, and everyone else around you is wearing a jock, you're going to feel uncomfortable, and everyone around you is going to look at you going, you'll quickly either want to leave or strip down to your underwear. So make sure you're good underwear. But
no granny panties.
Yeah, no granny panties or no
holy jocks.
Holy jocks, yeah. Leave those for the Sunday. But yeah, if you are attending an underwear party, jock party, make sure you wear the appropriate clothing for that event. But if you're attending a full leather event, like for example for Brisbane Boot Co, you've got Tom's Bar and you've got Health for Leather. They're full leather events. Obviously, if you've got leather, wear leather. But if you don't have leather, they're not going to not let you in because you don't have leather, because leather is expensive and not everyone has it. But just sort of dress the part as best you can with what you already own. So,
that sort of is where we come in. We provide that sort of middle ground there where you can express yourself for that particular night, but not necessarily go out and buy the full gear.
Yeah, yes. We will do another episode later on what gear to buy first, but that's a future episode.
And it's not just us, obviously. There are lots of manufacturers out there that provide kink shirts, so shop around.
Yep.
Support everyone in the community.
Yep, that's it. While we're on the topic of what to wear, keep in mind, doesn't matter what the night is, generally speaking, there will be multiple guys walking around in just their underwear, because they can, and they're allowed to, and no one's going to have a problem with it, and enjoy the experience. So, if you like looking at that, they don't mind being watched. That's why they're there. So, it's just don't expect everybody to be dressed fully at a gay kink night, because they won't be. They obviously will be covered. If it's at a non-sex on premises pub, like a general standard pub, they will be covered up appropriately. But otherwise, yeah, it's pretty much a free for all on most of the nights, and a lot of them get away with very little. But as long as, yeah.
So, no matter what the theme is, you don't have to stick to the theme night. You can just wear gear. Anyone who wears gear won't be turned away.
That's it.
So, like, if it's a leather night and you feel comfortable in rubber and rubber is all you've got, wear that. You know?
Just expect the leather guys to be giving you the distance, because leather and rubber don't mix.
It's mainly the lube.
Yeah, the lube doesn't like the leather, and the leather doesn't like the lube. You can pretty much wear any gear that you own or want to wear for that night. Like, there is a lot of guys out there that are purely rubber guys, or there's lots of guys out there who are purely leather guys, and they will only wear leather. They have no interest in rubber. So there's guys like Darren and I who are a bit of everything. Like, we don't mind. Darren loves his rubber, but he also loves his leather. I love my leather, but I also don't mind my rubber. So, you know, it fits on both sides.
So when you get down there, probably not best to go as soon as it opens, because you will be alone. Unless you like that. Well, it depends. Some people like going down there first up so they can scope out and get comfortable first before a lot of people arrive. A lot of people alternatively like going down when it's packed and they don't feel like they're the centre of attention there.
That's right. So just keep in mind, like, there is, like, once again, we keep going back to Brisbane Boot Code, because that is the thing, that is our known place. They often have what's called Boot Youth Nights, or Boot U Nights, which is basically prior to the doors opening officially at 9 p.m, I think they are. They have like an hour session on a particular topic. It could be on leather care, it could be on rubber care, it could be on rope tying, it could be on fisting, it could be on whatever, you know, like whatever the topic is for that particular night. And it they don't cost you any extra to go to, you know, and that's a good opportunity just to go down and just to sit in the background and just observe. So, you know, you don't have to get undressed straight away either if it's a
So basically, just to sum up what we've got so far is, go to the bar first, have a few drinks. You'll be able to scope out and see exactly, you know, what type of crowd is there.
Dutch courage.
Attend any pre-events if that's your thing, and you get to have a look around and scope out the area.
Yep.
Thirdly, just get in there and you can stay as long as you want.
Yep.
You don't have, there's no pressure on you from anyone to go, oh, you've got to be there for half an hour, otherwise it's not worth it.
Yep.
You don't.
But give it a full opportunity. Don't just walk in and go, oh shit, and get out. I mean, unless you really feel uncomfortable, which I don't think you will.
Most times you feel uncomfortable for the first 5 minutes. Once you actually look around and check out the place, you'll find that people are just saying hello to each other and talking about normal stuff, you know, getting on the dance floor, that sort of thing. Like, it really isn't much different from a normal gay event, except people are wearing weird stuff.
Yeah.
And weird in a good way.
Yeah, I guess there is the when you first walk through the door on most nights, there is a coat check. So, like, if it's an underwear party, or if it's a rubber night, or if it's not so much leather nights because you wear leather out, but those are the nights where you need to get or hoods and harnesses type night where you're wearing very, very much next to nothing. Those are the nights.
Any nights where that requires a costume change between upstairs at the bar and downstairs,
Yes.
There'll be a coat check.
Yeah, and basically, and they will generally have it like you come in through the door, you pay your entry fee, you go into the door, and then straight away you can't go any further until you've been through the coat check, and you've got to get changed into whatever it is that you're going to be wearing for the rest of the night. The guys who run the coat checks are generally other community groups or the community group that's running that event. So give them a couple of dollars for the coat check. It doesn't cost you that much, and it helps them to make better events going forward. So yeah.
And obviously, if you don't want to take off any clothes at that stage, I'll still let you through. But yeah, that's your
Except for
moment.
underwear parties.
That's your moment to actually derobe if you want to.
Yeah.
And you can always go back to the coat check as well. You don't have to, decide right there on the spot.
Yeah.
Especially if you're new.
Yeah. Except for underwear parties, they generally won't let you pass that door at that point. They're not meant to. Later in the night, they get a bit relaxed with the rules, but yeah.
In our experience.
In our experience. So, I guess the rest of the night, we find, once again, we keep referring back to Buko, but we find that a lot of the events, the dance floor doesn't get very busy until a little bit later in the night. It's generally the pub area, the general chatting and drinking area is generally where it gets really busy, really packed, and you walk around the corner to where the dance floor is and it's a ghost town. But the DJ's playing and he's having a good time, and there is one or two people on the dance floor, so it's not a you walk in the door and you have to be dancing that minute either type events, or not all of them. Some of them are, but not all of them. So
yeah. One thing that we haven't mentioned yet is just because people are wearing gear is not consent as well.
That's correct.
You can't go touching everyone just because you want to feel it.
Yep.
Obviously get their attention, go, hey, can I feel this? I've never touched this before, or
Yep. Consent is sexy.
Mm-hmm. Exactly right.
Yep. So ask permission, get their preferably verbal permission, or at least a nod, to make sure that they are comfortable with you touching further. So
yeah, just because someone's wearing a jock does not mean you can slap their ass cheeks.
No.
As they walk past.
That's exactly right. Yes.
Or snap their jock strap.
Yes, exactly right. Even if you know them.
Yes.
Well, if you know them, it might be a slightly different story, but that's okay. All right.
But yeah, so go to your first one. If you like it, go back again. Experience something different on a different theme night. Usually most clubs will have lots of different things to choose from, and it's a good way to experience different things and see if you like it or not.
Yep.
And if you don't, just
Don't go to those events.
don't go to those events, or
Find a different tribe.
yeah.
There's plenty of groups out there, plenty of communities out there where you'll find somewhere where you fit in. So yeah.
Anyway, just to go through some of the theme nights that we've experienced at our local club, we have things like you've got your rubber night, you've got your leather nights, you've got your hoods and harnesses, which is like
Pup hoods and
harnesses.
leather harnesses, neoprene harnesses, stuff like that. Yep.
Got your underwear or jock parties,
Yep.
often in October because it's Jocktober.
Yep.
Then we've had ones like tradie nights. So
Yep.
people find that tradie gear is sexy. Uniform nights.
To the US audience know what tradies are. Tradies are construction workers. For you US guys out there, sorry. We're Aussies, you know that.
Yeah, tradie nights, uniform nights. Sometimes it's as simple as a summer party where it's just like wear whatever you want to wear to get wet.
Yeah.
Things like that.
Could just be a pair of Speedos, a pair of board shorts, those sort of things. Those ones are sort of less common. Obviously, you have your full leather nights. For us, like at Tom's Bar, which is generally like you're working along the lines of Tom of Finland type style. So tight jeans, tight shirt, leather pants, leather shirt, that sort of a theme.
And besides the theme nights, they'll often have just nights where anything goes. So if you are not sure where you fit, they're probably the most comfortable ones to be at.
Yeah, and those nights, your regular crowd will come in their regular attire, whatever that is for that particular person. So the pups will be there in their hoods, the leather boys will be there in their leather, the rubber boys will be there in their rubber, and it's those sort of nights are free for all basically. So yeah.
And obviously some people do get intimidated about going to these events because they think all sorts of weird and wacky stuff will go on. Often the case is that due to local restrictions, sex on premises isn't allowed.
Yep.
Europeans are probably more relaxed than the Western world.
Yep.
Also, like, you know, if there is something going on, sometimes there's some sort of demonstration like rope tying or, you know, flogging, things like that. Often that will be in a section that's, you know, off in the corner. So, you know, it's not something you need to participate in or even watch if you feel uncomfortable.
Yep.
But, you know, often you can just stand at the back of the crowd and just go, oh, what's going on here? And no one will think bad for you.
No, that's
bad of you.
Probably on that note, like being a photographer, it's when you witness, actually at most of those events, only take photos of your friends. Don't go taking photos of just random guys because they look hot, unless you ask their permission. And in those roped off areas, curtained off areas, definitely do not take photos.
It's just common courtesy.
Yeah, it's courtesy. And if they're doing a demonstration on a stage or something like that, don't take photos unless you have the consent of all parties on the stage.
Because, you know, these people have lives outside of the club, and like they may not want stuff posted online, you know, that might affect their work or their day-to-day life.
There could be lawyers, there could be teachers, there could be police officers, there could be anything in the real world, and this is their escape of that real world, and they don't want
the two worlds to combine.
They don't want two worlds to combine and potentially lose jobs or anything like that. So yeah, so just keep those two things in mind if you are going to take photos.
Or spill coffee on the carpet. Lick it, baby. On that note, I think we pretty much covered all the topics there.
Yeah.
Let's go on to Kink of the Week.
It's time for the Kink of the Week.
What's that Kink of the Week this week, Darren? Was your choice?
My dealer's choice?
Dealer's choice this week, yes. Yes.
We are talking about ball stretching.
Yes.
So, this is something I got into fairly early. Back in the day, we didn't have anything fancy. We had leather straps. And it's just something you can put around your scrotum so your balls hang lower, basically.
Yep.
It's a good feeling. A lot of people like it because, especially when you are having sex, your balls move a lot freer and slap around a lot more. And a lot of people love or have a fetish for low-hanging balls. There's lots of ways of doing this. The most common way is, as I said, you can get leather ball stretchers, which is just a strap of leather that's either laced up or clipped up. For back in the olden days, it sounds very old because nowadays we have things like silicone.
Yep.
So this is...
And ox balls or?
Ox balls. Yep. This is actually... can be used as a cock ring. Thick cock rings are a good place to start because they give that thickness and things like that. And it's just basically something that you can stretch fairly wide and get your balls in that way. So if you don't have ball stretchers, a good place to start is getting yourself a thick cock ring, a thick jelly type silicone cock ring.
Yep.
And that way, if you get more than one of them, you can stack them as well. So you can, you know, gradually get longer and longer and longer.
And it does take time to get longer and longer. So it's, you know, you're not going to go straight from nothing to, you know.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. There's no way in hell.
And I mean, a lot of people do find ball stretching very difficult because they just don't have low-hanging balls. Another good thing about it when you are wearing ball stretchers is it does sort of delay ejaculation. Also,
they're very, very similar to a cock ring. Basically, they can sort of be used interchangeably, and they are very similar, but they do serve different purposes.
Yeah, you can also get cock rings that have ball stretchers included or ball separators even. So that's another sort of route you can go down as well.
Yep.
When you are wearing a ball stretcher and you are about to come, your balls usually try and retract and go up, so it actually feels really good. You get a bit of pressure on your balls because they want to retract, but they can't. So that makes some coming a lot more pleasurable as well. So obviously you've got your beginner here. This is sort of your more advanced, which is
probably a middle range, because there is much bigger. It's probably a middle range.
That's your double height one. Obviously with things like this, you can actually stack them, so you can go 3 high if you want. So that's for a bit more experienced. And then if you want to go really old school and adventurous, this I'm still on my way to achieving, but this is this is probably
hardcore.
This is hardcore. This is as big as it gets, pretty much. You don't get many more than this, and this is stainless steel, and this is magnets. Yeah, this is pretty big.
Yeah, so it's yeah. And it's got some weight to it too.
Yeah, that's
which I guess is probably
close to 900 grams.
Yeah, which probably also ties into weighted ball stretchers.
So yeah, then you've also got your weighted ball stretchers, which obviously will just help stretch it just because of the sheer weight.
Yep. So that can be like generally the ones I've seen. Most of the ones I've seen are like little leather parachute type things that go around your balls, and then you tie some sort of weight below it. Boots
are
well.
Particularly good because you can tie them by the shoelaces and they swing. That feels really good. So obviously, this is your advanced level.
This isn't. But this still requires, it's, yeah.
The good thing about these ones is they actually do have a bigger internal hole. Probably the reason why I can't get this high yet is because the interior hole is quite small.
Once again, that was a Temu purchase.
Yes.
Was it Temu?
Yes.
Or Ali?
Temu, I think. I don't know.
No, that was an AliExpress purchase. So, once again, we don't condone those cheaper places, but once again, if you want to get something to give it a try, that is a good place to look. You're not going to be spending, that was still expensive.
So after your advanced level, the next level after this is actually a bit of pain into it. So you do get the ones where they're spiked on the interior. Gordon's just looking at that going, what the actual fuck?
Pass on that one. Pass on that one, to be honest.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I have on ball stretching.
I don't have a lot of experience with ball stretchers. Like, I've used that a couple of times, but I don't think I've ever used that one. No.
I will give you a few hints. Warm the area up first if you're a novice, do it after you get out of a hot shower. Don't do it while on a cold morning or anything like that, because you're not going to have any luck. Alternatively, make sure this is room temperature, hasn't been sitting in the fridge. Not that it's going to, but
Each their own, but
just make sure it's not cold. But yeah, if you like cock rings, give these a try.
Yeah. I think that's enough for today.
I think it is. I think we've covered quite enough.
Yep.
If you have liked today's episode,
don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.
Hit us up with any questions you may have, any comments for future topics that you'd like to see us talk about.
Or you just want to say hello.
Or if you want to say hello.
Yeah, we're always
hit us up.
Yeah. You'll find us at backroomgear.store on all the socials. So Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, X, Blue Sky. We're there, obviously YouTube. These are now going up on Apple and Spotify podcasts as well, these full podcast episodes, so you can find us there. If you want to listen to us while driving, you don't get to see our beautiful faces, but you can listen to our wonderful voices. Yeah.
Anyway, guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's episode. We've enjoyed bringing it to you, and stay kinky, everyone.
Stay kinky, guys.
Bye.
See ya.